Okay, this is for mathematical methods question number 3. We have this hyperbola. I've entered it here on my calculator. I'm now going to go and define it. And if I have a look at it, okay, so we have this, zoom, previous, and maybe I just move it over a little bit. Okay, so find the equation attached at x equals 4. So I'm going to go in f of x, interactive calculation, line, tan line at 4. And that gives me y equals minus 3x on 4 plus 11 on 2. Find the x and y-intercept. Well, my y-intercept is at y equals 11 on 2 or 0, 11 on 2. Either of them is acceptable. And if I set that equal to 0, I don't have to write 0. And that gives me x equals 22 on 3 or 22 on 3 and 0. Find the area trapped. Well, it's at 4, so if I go analysis, sketch, tangent at 4, it draws it. I know that I've got a triangle there. I can do two things to find the integral. I can go a half base, which is 22 on 3, times height, which is 11 on 2, or I can integrate from 0 to 22 on 3 of minus 3x on 4 plus 11 on 2 dx, and that will give me, so if I do that, on 121 on 6 units squared. Alternatively, I could have done a half times the base, which is 22 on 3, times 11 on 2, and voila, I get 121 on 6. Okay, the second part of the question then moves into, we're now going to consider a being bigger than 2. So we're only looking at this side of our hyperbola. A is bigger than 2. And we want to find the equation of a tangent at x equals a. I come back up here and I grab my tangent at x equals a. That gives me that. If I simplify that answer, it's no better. So what I'm going to do is use the top one and write y equals minus 3 on a minus 2 squared x plus the rest. 3a on top of a minus 2 squared plus 3 on top of a minus 2 plus 1. Or I could just take my y-intercept separately and simplify that answer, and I could write that instead. I could write minus 3 on top of a minus 2 squared x plus a squared plus 2a minus 2 on top of a minus 2 squared as being the equation. Any of them will accept. The x-intercept and y-intercept, well, that now becomes my y-intercept. Y equals a squared plus 2a minus 2 on top of a minus 2 squared. And my x-intercept is, I take the equation and copy, go into a new line, paste, set it equal to 0, interactive advanced solve for x, and that ends up being my x-intercept. A squared plus 2a plus 2 all on 3 minus 2 all on 3. Find the area trapped. Well, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to take my equation, the tangent, trapped between the tangent and the axis. That's okay, and I'm going to integrate. And I'm going to go from 0 to the x-intercept, and this is my x-intercept. And that gives me that, and if I go simplify, that gives me a nicer one. So the area equals a squared plus 2a minus 2 squared over 6 times a minus 2 squared. And the exact value of a that minimises, and what is the minimum area. Okay, so that is an expression for my area. For interactive calculation F-min, I'm going to go from 2 because I'm told that A goes from 2 and above. So I might go from 2 to infinity and go okay. And I got nothing. So maybe if I go from 2 to 20, and it's about A. That's my problem. And I go okay. I get a minimum area of 10 plus 4 root 6. And it's at A equals 2 plus root 6. And that's question 3.